This has been very highly requested. I feel like I'm doing a lot of my very highly requested videos at the moment, and this is one of them. I literally get this comment in almost every single video that I upload, and I totally understand why. You guys want me to show you what my favorite fragrances are under $100. So that is exactly what I'm doing today, and I feel like you guys are gonna love this list. I have 10 fragrances here and one honorable mention, so I don't want to ramble too much. Every single one of these fragrances, at least where I live, and I have to say that because price varies obviously where you live, in what country and all that sort of stuff, but where I live in Australia, every single one of these fragrances are under $100. So please don't get mad at me if one of these fragrances is over $100 where you live. Where I live, these are all under $100, and I'm also referring to feelingsexy.com.au, which is my favorite website ever. That's the only website that I shop with personally, as an Australian website, and these are all well under 100 on that website. So I just wanted to quickly say that. Let's do it. Everything will be linked down below for you guys. So I'm going to start out with my honorable mention. I also want to quickly say some of these fragrances will be familiar faces to you guys because a few of them, not all, but a few of them were in my affordable video. So the first one is Agent Provocateur Fatale Intense. Now, I still love this. It's been years and I still love this scent, and I would not have this in my collection if I didn't like it. So I still highly recommend this fragrance. I think it's really unique for its price range. So this one is around, well, I've personally found it for around like 30 bucks. To me, it is very syrupy. It is a very syrupy, sweet fragrance, but it has a spice to it. There is licorice in here, but I have to tell you guys, I'm quite fussy with licorice. I love the licorice in this fragrance. I think it smells really, really good. It has dewberry, which I feel like is what gives it that very syrupy kind of feeling. And it also has like a very kind of light and sexy pepperiness in here. There is a definite pepperiness to this fragrance, but don't worry, when I say pepper, don't think of like black pepper. It definitely doesn't smell like that. It's pepper in a good way. So it's sweet, syrupy, and spicy. Those are kind of the words I would use to explain how it smells. Fatale Intense from Agent Provocateur. If that appeals to you, definitely check it out. I've seen some people compare it to Angel from Mugler. I don't really get that comparison. I understand that it's sweet with that kind of spice, but it doesn't really smell like Angel to me personally. But it's a great fragrance, especially for its price range. That's very unique and it's very sexy. Like, I find that one to be quite a sexy scent. Okay, so next is a fragrance that I have had for a very long time. This is my second bottle, and I've talked about it quite a lot. It is Jennifer Lopez Miami Glow. Again, I wouldn't have this in my collection if I didn't think it was a great fragrance. This fragrance is passion fruit and soap. That is literally what it is to me. It is passion fruit soap. That may not sound too appealing, but it's actually a very beautiful fragrance to wear, especially in the spring and summer months. There is coconut in here and vanilla, I think, but honestly guys, I don't really get the coconut too much. I literally just get passion fruit and soap. Haven't really worn this year. I wore it a lot last summer and I had a lot of compliments on this scent, like more than I was expecting. I almost put it in my most complimented video, but I left it out because I didn't really wear this year, so I felt like I was kind of cheating. So I wore it a lot last year and I received a lot of compliments. It lasts a very long time on the skin, and again, it's a very affordable scent. So Jennifer Lopez Miami Glow, perfect for the summertime. Next, I have two from Diesel, and these are both from the Love a Dose line. So let's start out with this one. You guys have heard me talk about this one before. It is Diesel's Love a Dose Red Kiss. I love this. Again, I don't have to keep saying it. I wouldn't have these fragrances in my collection if I didn't actually love them. This one is really, really, really good. Like, this one is one of my favorite affordable sweet scents. You guys know how much I love my sweet gourmand sort of scents, and I feel like if you like YSL's Black Opium or La Vie Belle by Lancôme or La Nuit Trésor, you will definitely love this fragrance. You definitely will, because to me, this is a very safe, sweet scent. Yeah, it's really, really good. There's like a nuttiness in there, there's a sweetness, there's like a sugariness, and there is cacao in here, but I don't get the cacao too much, like where it smells very chocolatey. To me, it's a little bit more nutty, and it also has a bit of a fruitiness as well. So just imagine that in a fragrance. Like I said, if you like all those kind of typical sweet scents, you definitely will like this one. But this one is definitely my favorite. Like, I prefer this over YSL Black Opium and La Vie Belle. Like, I actually prefer this fragrance over those two. And then, like I said, I also have the Diesel Lovados Tattoo. Now, this one is a lot more unique. I would say that this one is not a safe blind buy. I would say this is a safe blind buy, like I said, if you like those sweet fragrances like Black Opium and blah, blah, blah. But this one is not, because this is a lot more unique. This one has milk in here. This has milk in it. It has rice, I think, is in there, and it has tonka bean. So this one is a lot more creamy. I really, really like this one because it is a little bit more unique. They do have a similar vibe, but this one, like I said, is more unique. It has that milky creaminess to it. So both of these from Diesel are great fragrances that are under $100. Coming in at my number 8 is a fragrance from Burberry. And this one is probably my favorite fragrance for women from Burberry. And this is a Burberry Body Eau de Parfum. Now, this is just the limited edition packaging, but it's the same as the original one. So Burberry Body Eau de Parfum. Now, I think that this is amazing. This, if you don't know how it smells, is a very, very pretty rose scent. Like, it's very pretty. It's very likable. It is not a rose scent that smells like grandma-ish. As much as I hate that term, it doesn't smell like a grandma rose. It's not too powdery, it's not too heavy, it's not too realistic of a rose. This is a very pretty, lush rose scent. It has a little bit of like a muskiness to it as well. There is also peach in here. It is just, like I said, I can't really explain it any more than like a pretty rose scent that I feel like a lot of people would like. It's not very like translucent, as in it doesn't smell like a watery rose. There is some like oomph to this fragrance, if that makes any sense. Like, there is more in the base that you can kind of feel. Burberry Body Eau de Parfum, I love this one. And like I said, it's a very pretty rose that I feel like would be appealing to a lot of people. Next, now the next fragrance I have talked about before on my channel. It is Dolce & Gabbana's L'Imperatrice. This one brings back so many memories for me, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, I don't wear this anymore. I actually gave my bottle to my sister because this is a very fruity fragrance, and I have told you guys before on my channel that I don't like fruity fragrances anymore, but this is the best fruity fragrance at this price range, in my opinion. And the reason that I think it's the best is because usually fruity fragrances tend to go really syrupy and really headachy and really juvenile, whereas L'Imperatrice to me is a fresh way of doing fruit. I'm pretty sure there's kiwi and watermelon and rhubarb. I love this from the bottle. Like, smelling it right now, I almost want to get a bottle again for my collection. But the only thing for me, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys right now, is when you spray it on, the opening is beautiful. It has the kind of fresh watermelony and then the sourness from the rhubarb, but as soon as it dries down, it turns very generic, very kind of flat, and very just like one-toned sort of fruity scent. And that's why I decided to give it to my sister, because like I said, it didn't really impress me in the dry down at all. But for its price range, I have to keep saying that this one is the best, and it is the only fruity fragrance that I would recommend at this price range. I really do think that you're getting your money's worth. So L'Imperatrice from Dolce & Gabbana, I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't a good fragrance. And also, I have to tell you guys, my sister wears this almost every single day to work, and she's a very honest person. She's not the sort of person that would lie about this. She's very like humble, and she wouldn't make this stuff up. She gets complimented every single day when she wears L'Imperatrice. So Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice. My number 6 is a super, super unique fragrance, and I'm really excited to talk about it with you guys because I think if you like unique fragrances, you're really going to love this one. This is from Alaïa Paris, and this is just the Alaïa Eau de Parfum. You guys, this scent is very, very unique, and it's very, very sexy to me. Like, I find this scent really alluring and really sexy. Now, this one again is not going to be a safe blind buy whatsoever, because this features the note of leather, and I really do smell the leather, but it's not a leather that is annoying to your nose, or it's too harsh, or it's too masculine. The leather in here is really, like I said, really, really sexy. There's also pink pepper, there's violet, there's musk, and I know this is like a really weird description, but it kind of smells like cold air. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but there's like this cold airiness to it along with the leather and the pink pepper, and it is just really, really sexy to me. So please guys, check this one out. If you like to smell more unique and you like fragrances that kind of make you like question what they really smell like, please check out this fragrance. I know a lot of men find this fragrance really, really sexy. I've seen a lot of reviews from men saying that they find this to be one of the most sexiest fragrances on a woman. And I actually really, really agree. I think that this is a really sexy one. And for the price, it is so unique. It smells high quality. It smells unique. It lasts a pretty long time. Like, it's just a great fragrance for its price range. So Alaya Paris Eau de Parfum, please check it out if you like your more unique fragrances. You guys are gonna absolutely love me for this recommendation, and I'm so excited to share it with you because I finally have a dupe for a very expensive fragrance. Now, this fragrance right here is from a brand called Perfumes Vintage. And Perfumes Vintage is a brand that does a lot of interpretations of expensive niche fragrances like Maison Francis Kurkdjian, like Creed. This fragrance is called Sunset in Heaven, and this smells almost identical to Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. These two fragrances smell so similar. So similar. I've smelled a lot of the Baccarat Rouge 540 dupes, and this one, in my opinion, is probably the closest. Now, I would probably say the only difference between the two is that Sunset in Heaven smells a little bit more citrusy, or a little bit more like zesty, I guess. But don't take that wrong. It doesn't smell like a citrus fragrance or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you guys like a comparison of what's maybe different between the two. Whereas Baccarat Rouge, the original, is probably a little bit sweeter, just a little bit. But they smell so similar. I totally get it. This fragrance is very, very expensive. So if you can't afford it, again, which I totally understand, go for Sunset in Heaven. Just trust me, if you want to know what Baccarat smells like but you can't afford it, get Sunset in Heaven from Perfumes Vintage. I actually feel like if people know Baccarat Rouge and they smelt this on you, they would probably think that it's Baccarat Rouge 540. So Perfumes Vintage Sunset in Heaven smells just like Baccarat to me, and it's like a fraction of the price. Okay, so number 4. I actually have another dupe kind of thing going on here. And this is one of the only celebrity fragrances that I love. I wear it all the time, and it is Jessica Simpson's Fancy. Now, to me, this fragrance, this is so good. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this fragrance to me smells so similar to one of my favorite fragrances from Lancome. This is La Nuit Trésor. You guys know I talk about this one all the time, and if you can't afford this one, again, I don't need to say it again, I totally understand, fragrances are expensive. If you cannot afford this one, it smells so close to me personally like Jessica Simpson's Fancy. I would say that La Nuit Trésor is a lot stronger, and it definitely has the patchouli that you can smell and a little bit more of like a sharpness, like this intense kind of sharp scent from like the lychee mixed with the patchouli. Whereas Jessica Simpson's Fancy is just a little bit toned down, a little bit sweeter and a little bit more rounded, and I absolutely adore this scent. You're going to get equally as many compliments with Fancy from Jessica Simpson as you would with La Nuit Trésor. The only thing, like I said, is that this is a lot stronger, so people will probably smell it a lot more, but this is incredible. I cannot recommend it enough. And like I said, this is probably one celebrity fragrance that I will always love. Jessica Simpson Fancy. Definitely check it out. Like I said, if you wanted to try out my recommendation with this, but it's expensive, try out Jessica Simpson Fancy. Coming in at my number 3 is probably one of the more expensive fragrances in this list. And I know it's still under $100 where I live, but it is probably one of the more pricey ones in this list. This is Balenciaga's Flora Botanica. Now, I've talked about this one a lot, and I wear this one a lot, and I absolutely love this scent. To me, a juicy, wet, dewy rose. It is just so beautiful. It's like a rose kind of like a rose in a garden. There's a little bit of like a greenness to it, but not green in a bad way, because I've said this so many times, I do struggle to like green fragrances. This is a beautiful kind of translucent watery rose with this kind of green sweet mint note. There's definitely like this underlying kind of mintiness to this fragrance, like a green sweet mint, that I absolutely love. This actually has cannabis in it, which is so funny because it doesn't smell like cannabis, don't worry guys, but I just find that kind of funny. But Balenciaga Flora Botanica, it's a beautiful, easy to wear rose scent. These are both really, really easy to wear rose scents. They smell very, very different. This one's a lot more feminine in my opinion. This one shines in the spring, summer months because it's just very, like I said, it's very fresh, it's very uplifting to wear. So definitely check it out if that appeals to you. I absolutely love this fragrance. My number 2 fragrance, I'm laughing at myself right now because I didn't used to like this fragrance at all. I remember smelling it a few years ago and hating it and just never smelling it again. Like I decided I didn't like it and I never smelled it ever again until a few weeks ago, and you guys are gonna so laugh at me right now. I adore this scent. I absolutely love this fragrance, and I don't know why I didn't like it when I was younger, because this is right up my alley and I love it so much. And it is Lolita Lempicka, just the original Lolita Lempicka. This is incredible. This scent is so, so good. And like I said, I don't know if I smelled a bad one or if my nose has just totally changed, but I absolutely adore this fragrance. It is licorice, it's cherry, it's vanilla, it's star anise, it's violet, it's sweet, it's powdery, it's sugary. It is just so, so good. And I have said this a lot, I struggle with licorice, but I love the licorice in here. I think it just smells absolutely incredible. And like I said, I don't know why I didn't like it, but I absolutely love it now. If I could go back in time to when I was 15 or 14, 15 years old, I would choose this as my signature scent easily, because it's special, it's unique, it's sweet, it's girly. It is just everything that I want in a fragrance. So Lolita Lempicka is my number 2. I know this has been around for a long time, but guys, if you don't know it, which I'm sure you do, please check it out and give it a try. Spray it on your skin. It's such a great fragrance. We are here at my number 1. Now, this fragrance, in my opinion, is so underrated that it's insane, and I would say it's easily my favorite fragrance under $100. This is from Shiseido, and this is Shiseido's Zen. Yeah, this fragrance is so good, and it smells really, really high quality. Shiseido is an amazing brand, and this fragrance definitely smells, to me, very, very high quality. Now, if you don't know how this fragrance smells, if you've never heard of it before, it smells very, very similar to Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel, but Shiseido Zen is a lot more zesty, a lot more juicy, a lot more fruity than Coco Mademoiselle. Coco Mademoiselle has rose in it and it's a lot more floral and a lot sweeter. Whereas, like I said, Shiseido Zen is a little bit more refreshing, it's a bit more fruity, it's a bit more citrusy. It is just such a fantastic scent, and I would definitely say if you liked Coco Mademoiselle, you would definitely like this one. I absolutely love it. It is patchouli and grapefruit and pineapple. It has a huge note breakdown, but it's just a really fantastic scent. And I absolutely love it. It's super easy to wear as well. Like, this one is probably the most, hands down, the most versatile fragrance in this list that you could wear all year round. Summer, autumn, winter, spring, daytime, nighttime. You can wear this whenever, wherever, and it's appropriate because it's not an offensive scent. So Shiseido Zen, please guys check it out. If you don't know about it, it is a fantastic fragrance. It's been around for a long time, but it's just amazing and it doesn't smell dated or anything like that. Shiseido Zen, my best fragrance under $100. Okay, so that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this very highly requested video. You guys all wanted to see what my favorite scents were, like more affordable fragrances, and I totally understand that because, like I said, fragrances obviously are expensive, so I understand you guys wanting to see that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.